I'm ready.
Hi, Debbie.
Hey there. Hi, everybody. Well, we're here. I just need to know who I'm playing as, and then I can get down to introductions because at the beginning of the game there's gonna be some chatter. But hi, everybody. I'm Demerine. You may have remember me from earlier in the week playing some Zelda 1 Randomizer. But now we're here. We're gonna be in a completely different world. We're gonna be on the other side of NES history, I guess, out in Alifgard.
Okay. Looks like Princess of Moonbrook won that bid war, so that is who we will be playing today.
All right, excellent. So I'm just gonna go ahead and load this up then. All right. You'll kind of notice though that there was no naming incentive for Dragon Warrior Randomizer because names matter for statistics. So we don't get a naming incentive because I'm going to pick the same name every time, which is capital Z. There are 4 stats in Dragon Warrior, and we'll talk about them in just a sec, which is strength, agility, hit points, and magic points are the big 4. The major thing is that to finish the game, we really need 2 stats at the end of the game as our primary stats, which are hit points, because we need to be able to survive a strike from the Dragon Lord so that we can fight back. And we need strength because we need to actually do damage. So we are going in with a build which prioritizes those. The other 2 stats will grow more slowly than they would normally do so. We'll get into that in a minute. So are we ready to start then?
I believe so. We're
All
ready
right,
to start.
excellent. Yeah, we will start then. I'll count from 5 then. Ready? We're going to go in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we get a little text box here. We get the storyline, which is that we have to go and find the Ball of Light, which requires we find 3 items. We need to find the Staff of Rain, the Stones of Sunlight, and the Erdrick's Token, the Measure of a Hero. So again, talking about the stats, we start on 10 strength, 27 agility. Strength is attack power. Every point of strength is 1 point of attack power, which we'll sort of talk about our ability to fight enemies out in the world. Agility, every 2 points of agility is 1 point of armor, which will reduce the damage we take, and it also increases the chance that we run. 25 is our first major break point. Pretty much anything I want to run from in the early game I shouldn't have too much trouble with. 13 hit points is near the dead minimum for hit points at this point, so things will be a little bit dicey out there on the road. And we start with Hurt as well. Hurt is a really useful spell because it lets us do damage to enemies without regard to our strength. It just does 6 to 12 damage. We're going to cast it a fair bit. But every seed almost always starts the same way. We take our magic key, we open this door. We also got the Fighter's Ring. Fighter's Ring is useful starting here. We will get 2 additional strength from that, so we're actually going to start on 12 strength. And we're out here. And so for anybody who's played Dragon Warrior, we're going to go out into the world, and this looks a little different. The entire map is randomized. So the whole 120 by 120 grid that makes up the Dragon Warrior map is completely shuffled up. There's 6 towns out there, there's 8 caves out there. We need to locate them because we need to locate the items we need to finish the game. We need Erdrick's armor, we need the 3 key items that create the rainbow drop. We need to find the place to create the rainbow drop in the first place. So the whole idea is that part of what I'm going to be doing that you can't see is I'm going to be taking notes. I have a piece of paper in front of me with the names of the towns, with the names of the caves, and with a big blank canvas for me to draw a map on. And you will see that there are a bunch of different terrain types out here. There is forest, which is a slightly higher encounter rate. There is desert, which is a very high encounter rate. And since we want to get levels, we want to fight things, we want to be out in the desert. However, there's one problem. The map is split up into zones. The map is split up into 16 by 16 squares in memory. The square closest to Tintagel Castle, which is the starting castle, has the weakest enemies in it. It has a mix of like the first 6 or 7 enemies in the pool. Every zone has 5 different enemies in it. I found a Wraith, and a Wraith is a higher tier enemy, which we don't want to be fighting right now. We want to fight things that I can cast Hurt on successfully, so I do want to go afield a little bit, but we don't want to fight too high level enemies. But the goal here is, of course, is to, again, attain levels because we need stats to finish the game, to go out and fight more difficult enemies without having trouble, like getting instantly killed by that Wraith at the start. But we've attained level 2. You'll notice we gained it at 5 experience. If you played the original Dragon Warrior, level 2 is 7 experience points. Experience is sped up by an additional 25%. We get stats, we get 3 more strength, 3 more speed, 3 more agility, so we're at 20 or at 30 now, 11 hit points and no MP. So good news, we actually do have some maximum HP to work with. And a lot of what you end up doing in the early game is dying. The enemy abilities are randomized. Hurtmore is an endgame ability that does upwards of 36 damage to you.
Oof.
It ends up doing upwards of over 40 damage to you on bad rolls. So right now what we're trying to do is we're trying to find, before we start striking out on the map, because part of the game is balancing grind with exploration, is that since we have hurt, we can grind a little bit more easily, but I'm looking for sort of these mid-tier-ish low enemies like Drakimas, which are at 20 experience. And as long as this doesn't have anything super dangerous, 2 hurt casts will kill it. So we're trying to kind of measure our damage output as we go along so that we can kind of get out on the map more. Because the further out we get, the more often we can find dangerous enemies. So far, so good. Are you with me, Zoe?
So far, so good. Yeah, so for those of you that don't know, I'm here. I play a lot of randomizers. I don't play this one. So this is... Demi is taking this opportunity to teach me a randomizer. I'm being held captive. Don't send help. I'm happy.
Right, but we are... Again, we are starting to... Like, I'm very happy picking on enemies in the early area. We don't have a heal spell yet. We don't have a town nearby. At least that I've seen, because I haven't really wandered. So I don't have a way to sustain myself. Alright, but the idea is that we're trying to grind our way to have a way to sustain ourselves first. Sleep lets me put enemies to sleep, which is actually really useful. We're going to actually put that to use a little bit, because I know Wraiths are in the zone to my right. So if I put a Wraith to sleep, I should be able to kill it with 2 to 3 hurt spells. They're another tier up of enemy. I don't have the entire enemy list in front of me. I kind of wing it a little bit. And Stop Spell is good if I run into like a Metal Scorpion, I can cast Stop Spell on it. And then it won't kill me. But you'll see with all this extra strength I have that I can actually fight things with my bare hands at this point. And we're going to start kind of work on progressing outward now. Part of why I want to progress outwards, I see green grass here. Grass is the lowest encounter rate. So I am least likely to get encounters in the grass. The encounter rate increases in forests, it increases more in mountains, it increases more in desert. So we want to be a little bit careful. And over here we have our first cave of the run. So this is one of those locations I said that we were going to need to be able to sort of finish the seed. And we can't do anything here right now. But when we say that we need to forge the rainbow drop out of the 3 parts, the Staff of Rain, the Stones of Sunlight, and the Erdrick's Token, that's the cave to do it. However, since we are a field, the second zone, so there's a zone just north and south of Tantagel and just east and west of Tantagel that have slightly upgraded enemies. They go up to Wraiths in terms of skill strength. This is a Red Dragon. Red Dragon is the most powerful enemy in the game. I somehow ran from it. I want you to keep in mind that at 32 agility, I am literally 3 to 1 against to run from that encounter, and Red Dragons hit so incredibly hard that I will die.
RNG is on your side?
RNG is on my side, but Magic Drakeys also hurt more. So again, they're just breaking the big fire out. But, you know, again, we're trying to start getting a field now because we are a little bit safe. You'll notice that we just died. But now we have our full complement of health and magic back, so we're now at 54 maximum hit points and 29 maximum magic points right now. So we'll be able to grind a little bit more. We'll be able to fight a couple more enemies before we get sent home. Right, we'll be able to find things that are a little bit tougher to deal with and put them to sleep. So it's not retaliating. You'll notice that this Spectre hits me for 16, and we don't want this. However, sleep's not perfect. Every enemy in the game has a resistance to certain spells. There's 3 spells. 3 spell types, I actually have all of them in my list. damage spells, so hurt and hurt more. Enemies just have a chance of just it missing. Sleep. Some enemies resist being put to sleep at some rate. And then stop spell, which is that ability to block their spells. Only stop spell resistance is randomized, which I always find really interesting. But you can see, risking it a little bit there for 47 experience points, right? This is such a step up in experience compared to what I could be doing that we're gonna get that experience flowing in faster using the hurt spell. But no strength, 6 agility, 8 hit points, 8 magic points, and at level 5 we're gonna add return. Return just lets us take a quick flight back to Tintagel Castle. There's this other quick flight to Tintagel Castle that we take a lot.
Would that be a death warp?
That would be a death warp.
Okay.
So there's a reason why I don't have an incentive to donate per death for Dragon Warrior Randomizer, because boy, do you die a lot in the early game, even if you have the tools to navigate it. So we are trying now to strike out on the map, though. I need to know what's going on outside of my front door. I need a town. I need to get my hands on some herbs. Magic keys are important. We need the ability to open doors to finish the seed. So we're trying to find one particular town for that, which is the town of Demerine2. How much do I hit this for now? It's not bad. So we're trying to find one particular town out there. What? Does everything know hurt more? Oh, jeez. Well,
Belle de jour.
it is. I am going to have to get serious with these enemies out here, because hurt more is just taking... It's basically taking chunks out of my health bar instead of letting me take small amounts. I'm also not interested in, like, small fry enemies anymore. I'm more interested in enemies that are kind of safe to fight, but give me more than Slime's 1 experience point. There's one other thing that was done to speed up the experience gain in this particular randomizer. Jeez. There's the other attack spell, by the way. We'll talk about that in a sec. Is that enemy experience is based on the Super Famicom version and not the US version. This basically doubles the experience gain from each individual enemy. But we're 9 away from level 6, so we're going to try and pick something off fairly close to home. We kind of know that our path is going to be sort of north and east of here. And so we're going to try and get a field here. There's these darker tiles here, these dark green tiles. These are swamp tiles. Swamps sting a little bit when you walk in them. You take 2 damage every time you walk in the swamp. All right. So we found a cave. Do we know what it is? Well, we can't see. Right, we don't have a torch, we don't have the radiant spell, which will let us see. But an experienced player can maneuver themselves, and I know that this is a dungeon called Garen's Grave. I am terribly interested in Garen's Grave because there's 5 treasure chests in it, which means 5 chances to get items I need to finish the game. I also can't see. Blind turns are hard. Really good runners can go in there and do it blind. I am not going to. It's not terribly illustrative for anybody. Also, I will probably die in there. Each of the caves that have encounters have a different encounter table, so we really don't want to mess with that right now. Right now, I'm really interested in kind of striking out on the map and, again, getting this exploration started. Giant swamp there, giant swamp there, fantastic. Giant swamp here. Eventually, you have to make the decision of which swamp you want to walk through.
Everywhere we look, it's just more swamp.
Yeah, that's kind of the nature of the thing, is that you sort of have to accept the fact that eventually you're going to have to explore through a swamp. It's just a matter of picking the right one. Especially because my health total is a little limited. I think I'm going to die here if I don't use this 1 herb I have, which will heal me for upwards of 28. I really need this sleep to stick for more than 2 turns. Magic Wyverns have a lot of hit points, but come on. Magic Wyverns are great enemies for experience. They are the highest experience enemy that is guaranteed to die to hurt more. But we don't have hurt more. We're trying to spam hurt on this. Stay asleep. since I was gonna die basically no matter what I tried to do, putting it to sleep and trying to kill it is really a good move. Um, the idea is that we want to give ourselves the most fighting chance to gain experience as fast as possible. Our stats gains aren't great. 1 strength, 4 agility, 3 hit points, 2 magic points, and the spell of Please Be Heal. Nope, hurt, sleep, radiant. Oh, we can explore caves now. We have radiant. We can see in the dark. Yeah. Zoe, where is my... And of course, this is not the right swamp to be crossing. There's a town up there, though. I see a town.
Where's your what?
Gonna- Where's where's my good sense of exploration when I need it?
I think it's back in bed.
I didn't go to bed.
I did.
I have not slept yet. So we kind of need to make it to that town. We don't have a lot of supplies. But knowing where that town is, again, this gives us a goal, right? We're trying to build the map as we go right now. Again, balancing experience growth. I want to gain levels with mapping because I want to. I need to find things to finish the game. I can't just finish the game with levels alone. Why did I hit for 9? But so while we attempt to reach this first town, by the by, do we have any donations out there right now?
Yes, we do. We have a $10 donation from Tyson067. No comment, but thank you very much for your donation anyway.
Ask for donations. Get find Blue Dragon encounter,
I mean, that's how it
which
works.
I am. That's how it works. Which at 42 agility, I'm pretty good to run from. There's a chart for that, but there's only 2 really major breakpoints, which is 50, which is at 50 agility, you're 50-50 to run from everything except for 2 particular enemies in the game: Armored Knights and Red Dragons. And then at 75, you're 50-50 to run from Armored Knights, and at 90, you are 50-50 to run from Red Dragons.
How hard can it be to run from an armored knight? They have armor.
Basically, they don't want to let you go. They're actually surprisingly agile for being in all of that armor. And they stop you from escaping pretty consistently. Part of that is just kind of how it...
Suspension of disbelief has been ruined.
That's unfortunate. So we are gonna try and not die on the way to this town. I think I don't have enough steps now. 33, 31. Not what I wanted. Encounter rate in swamps is supposed to be low.
It's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. This golem will kill me if it hits me. Oh, good. No sleep. That's even better. So sleep is annoying because you only have a 33% chance to break. Or you have a good chance to break sleep. You have a 66% chance to break sleep. But the problem is that if you don't break sleep, the enemy gets to take multiple actions against you. It throws off the math. Dragon Warrior Randomizer is a very math-driven game, right? It's the statistics and everything. It's very It's very much a numbers game, right? Kind of understanding the probability of is what you're going to do going to succeed. Right, you'll notice that with the stop spell, when it tries to cast a spell, it can't do it, so the heal doesn't go off, so we are going to successfully kill this warlock. Right, but again, I think at its core, Dragon Warrior is interesting to me because it's a game I picked up last year. Like, I just picked it up last year to commentate a run between 2 very good friends and teammates of mine, Sparkover and Silverfire. And the major thing is that it appeals to me because it looks really simple on the surface, right? Demerine's trying to walk to this town because she knows that she needs to get whatever's in this town added to her inventory of knowledge on the map. Also, do I have enough hit points to do this?
Is that just 3 tiles in a row in a low encounter area?
Yep.
Rando.
Rando is...
Stop.
Rando is occasionally known to Rando.
Hey, we made it to town.
We made it to the town. This is the town of Cantlin. Cantlin is a good town because it has multiple weapon and armor shops. Weapon and armor shops are randomized. So you can see here, you can find things like the most powerful sword that you can purchase, the Flame Sword, the best shield in the game, the Silver Shield, like chainmail and like basic clothes, right? All in the same shop. It's not really what I'm here for. What I'm really going to end up being here for is probably herbs. There's also a gentleman you can see there behind all of those weird tiles in a sec. To my left. I really kind of want a leather armor, but not really. We're going to save up our money. That gentleman there has information for me. I can't get to him without a key, but he has the search coordinates. There are 3 hidden search tiles in the game that you can learn about when you play the game by talking to people. One of them is a tile out in a swamp in the vanilla game that lets us find the Erdrick's token. The search bot can now be any unique item, which means that it could be Erdrick's armor, it could be one of the plot items we need. I am actually going to burn one of these 4 herbs for healing so I can keep going. I'm going to get mildly rewarded.
Ooh.
Right? I'm going to find another town. This is the town of Garanham. Item shop to my north. Weapon and armor shop here, which I'm always going to check just so I have an idea of what inventory is out there for me. Small shield for 90 is 5 defense, which is a good pickup. Potentially. But the big thing is that there's a locked door here. I can't get through it yet. I don't have keys. Behind this door, there are 3 treasure chests, which again, treasure chests are really, really important. And there is also a cave back here. So one of the cave locations is actually blocked back there. Can't do anything there right now. Can't do anything about this either. But knowing that's there gives me a little bit of sort of hope for the seed at this point in terms of being able to sort of make fairly quick progress once I can progress beyond that swamp a little bit. So Zoe, in a randomizer,
Mhm.
in an RPG randomizer in particular,
Mhm.
when I don't have the stats to do something, what do I have to do?
Starts with a G. Grind.
Yep. So what we're going to do is we're going to head out into this desert here, which we know has some decently tiered enemies, right? Not super high. I know I need 337 experience for level 7 because I keep a chart. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out into this desert, and we are going to work our way up to level 7, which is 337 experience. And if that doesn't really get me what I want, we'll take the time and we're going to push out to 600, which is our level 8. Right, because we really need to have something to help us sustain out on the road. Herbs are great, but it's a bit of a pain. 13 more maximum hit points, but no magic and no heal. We're not feeling super great about that. But yeah, we're going to grind a little bit. Right, we're at 20 minutes-ish into this seed, right?
Mhm.
There comes a time where you have to sort of stop what you're doing and get what you need to progress. Right, I can't strike out on the map very far. There's red dragons out there, there's blue dragons out there that I've already seen, both of which will stop exploration before it starts. We don't want that. Right, you can see my physical attacks are not hurting enemies terribly much either because I don't have a lot of strength. And the better enemies are more armored. Again, hurt just sort of pierces that without regard to their armor. So we're going to try, and again, do this. This is a bit of an error. We should be putting that Wraith back to sleep. Right, you'll see that Wraith is hitting me for, 10 to 14. That's not insignificant right now because, again, I don't have a lot of armor either. So we're probably going to catch a death here.
While we're working on the grind, just want to remind everybody what we are here for. We are raising money for Malala Fund. Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. More than 130 million girls out of school today. They're breaking down barriers that hold girls back through investing in local education activists, advocating to hold leaders accountable, and amplifying girls' voices. So if you would like to contribute towards that, please feel free to donate.
Education is such a powerful, important thing. You know, you don't get all sorts of wonderful things out there unless as many people are educated as possible, and educating the young women of the world is incredibly important. So this is such a great, great charity.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're back to sleeping and hurting some specters here. But yeah, we're just gonna, again, 551. Again, we're only about 50 experience out from our next level now. Wraiths are slightly sleep resistant, but it's not bad enough that I should fail twice. Right, I always liken this sense of grinding to the top two runners from the last Dragon Warrior tournament up to NG and Mr. Holmes. Mr. Holmes has a very swashbuckling style. He likes to get out on the map and figure out what's going on as fast as possible. And up to NG never met a grind that he didn't love. And there's a time for that. There's a time for finding a grind that you love and just doing it for a while, right? Just getting your experience points rolling.
And the time seems to be now.
The time right now is now because I still have no healing magic. Right, our next major checkpoint experience is 975.
So, Demi, how does this compare to some of the other RPG randomizers that you play?
I think Dragon Warrior is one of the easier ones to learn because it's very straightforward. It's one character versus one character for the most part. So I find that Dragon Warrior is really easy to pick up. I know a lot of people who have picked it up recently. When it was run at RPG Limit Break last year, like the practice room was full of people playing it all of a sudden because they're like picking it up and going, "This ain't so hard," right? Going fast at it, right? Kind of understanding the challenges that go into, as they say, picking up the pace and really pushing through seeds, knowing when it's time to grind, knowing when it's time to explore, knowing how best to explore, right? Knowing how to dismantle the map to the best of your ability. That's hard. We're going to gamble a little bit right now because I figure I'm going to die anyway. There are 3 chests at the top of Garen's grave. In the top, you go up to the right and then you go around to it. And I figure if I'm going to die, I might as well figure out what's here. That chest alone was worth that dive. Rather than needing to find a shop in the town of, ooh, wow, okay, in the town of Rimmildar, instead I just needed to find one magic key out in the world, and you can buy keys in Tentagel behind a locked door. The other thing I found is Erdrick's sword. You will notice I have 36 strength. I have the fighter's ring, which gives me 2 strength, which is actually 38 attack power. My attack power, though, now is double. It is 78. Erdrick's sword is, I wouldn't say strictly required to finish the game, but boy, does it not hurt the cause. So you know how I've been sort of spamming hurt at things, trying to get them to die?
Feels like that's over, isn't it?
It's not over, but I'm feeling a lot better about fighting most of these mid-tierish enemies. Except for Rogue Scorpions, because they have Dragon Lord 2 Breath, which hits for upwards of 72 damage.
Yee.
Yeah, that's not an ability you ever want to see.
Well, I mean, at least they're not sea scorpions, right?
I mean, you know, No. So cursed. Cool. So cool. We're 315 experience from the next level, but we are gonna go and buy a pair of keys. So keys here are a little more expensive. They're like in the 80s. What we're gonna do is we're gonna pop this door open. We're gonna talk to this gentleman here behind this counter. We're gonna say hi. And he's gonna be all like, "Hey, we got magic keys that unlock any door. You want one for 85 gold?" Like, heck yeah. You want another one? Heck yeah. You want another one? Heck yeah. Now you broke. Go away. Can't win them all. But behind Tintagel Castle, this is normally where the Rainbow Drop Cave is, but there's a cave back here as well, which we want to check. And behind Tintagel, we have the Swamp South. So the Swamp Cave is a cave that lets us traverse to... It's a two-ended cave, basically. It's a traversal passageway. Also, it may become important that a certain princess is locked in a dungeon down there. We might rescue her. We might not. One other thing. We're going to check Tintagel's armory right now, because we have an extra key. We're going to open this first chest, and we're going to find that it has the Stones of Sunlight, which we actually do need to finish the game. The Stones of Sunlight are one part of the Rainbow Drop, so we're very happy to find that. This chest has the Fairy Water. Fairy Water lets you repel encounters, but it also lets you do some damage in combat. Kind of useful. So this chest didn't disappear when I opened it. And neither did that one. And that gave me Erdrick's token. But you'll notice that these chests aren't disappearing. There's a glitch in the game called the gold grind glitch. In the vanilla game, and in the randomizer if it's available. It's not available to me at this point in time. What you can do is the memory stack in the game can only hold the existence of 8 open treasure chests. So when I went into Garen's grave, and I found 3 treasure chests, I opened them. And then I died. Dying's important here. Dying is kind of part of the puzzle, right? So we died. Now those 3 chests remain in memory because the only time that memory clears is if you hit the overworld. I didn't hit the overworld, I died. I ended up in Tintagel Castle, which is a interior area. Great. There are 3 chests in that particular room, the throne room. And you'd be like, no, there's not. There were no chests in there. Except there were 3 chests when I started the game. And so those chests count as having been opened once I do that. So now I have 6 chests opened. When I go into the armory, what ends up happening is that when I go into the armory there, and I open up 2 chests, I get to 8, and when I open the 9th chest, it doesn't open. It doesn't disappear when I open it. I take what's inside, and it doesn't disappear. Okay, so this is this cave known as Freebie Cave, or the Stones of Sunlight Cave in vanilla. Terribly useful, it's 1 item, but it's free. But as you can tell, I don't know where I am at this point, other than I'm near where the swamp cave lets me out. So right now we're trying to kind of figure out what's out on this side of the map. I'm not going to really want to be out here again, if I can help it. At least for a little bit, because I only have 1 key left. So we're trying to sort of, again, figure out what's out on the map in a somewhat efficient manner, hoping that we don't run into things that will kill us, which is pretty much anything at this point. We do not want to get sent home. So we're just taking notes, right, on what's not in play at this point, right? I can't go this way. Right, there's nothing up here, so we're not going to continue this way. We're going to make note of it on our map. Oh, jeez. Please don't wake up.
Dear.
Like, no, please don't wake up. I really don't have the health to watch you wake up at this point. I'm trying to make a little bit of extra cash here.
I feel like I hurt more when you had 1 HP is a bit overkill.
It's a little insulting.
Yeah.
But the enemies don't know that. The enemy scripts are just, they're built out, in, as such. There are damaging abilities, so there's hurt more, what we call baby breath, baby fire breath, and there is Dragon Lord 2 fire breath. And the enemy can have one offensive ability, potentially. The enemy can also have one status ability, which is either sleep or stop spell. Speaking of stop spell, nice try, friend. Right? And so they can either have sleep or stop spell, and then they assign a percentage to each of them, 25, 50, or 75%. So what happens is that the game will walk through the script. So we'll check the first ability. Say the first ability is sleep at 50%, right? It'll go, okay, great. We're going to check for sleep. Half the time we're going to cast sleep. Half the time we're going to move to the next stage in the scripting. And let's say that the next stage in the scripting is it has a 75% chance of using baby breath. So again, it'll stop. If the sleep doesn't go off, it will stop and go, all right, I now have a 75% chance to cast baby breath. Also, by the way, the healing is also in the status group. So heal or heal more also exist. But then it'll check and say, all right, I have a 75% chance to use baby breath. So let's say it rolls and it uses baby breath, right? If it gets to the end of that script, the enemy just fights you. Some enemies don't have scripts, they're just fight. Some enemies have multiple skills. They end up having 2 skills instead. But the idea is that part of what you're trying to do as a good runner of this game, if you're really... Oh, jeez, this swamp stinks. Is you're trying to suss out, ultimately, what enemies have what abilities. As you can see, I have no armor, so red dragons, of course, are going to just crush me. So we're trying to figure out what enemies have what abilities, right? Because certain enemies could be safer than they normally are, right? Red dragons just emailing me with my minimal armor for 50. That's no good. That's real bad. But sometimes you get seeds where red dragons know hurt, right? The hurt spell, which does under 10 damage per cast, which is amazing. And it turns red dragons into things that you're actively hunting rather than worried about seeing on the map because they will kill you. Kind of get that balance of abilities, right? Or in the early game, you're looking for enemies to kind of pick up a little bit of experience off of. And all of a sudden, a metal scorpion is pointing the hurtmores at you. So you kind of see where we're trying to balance that. And of course, for anybody who's a Dragon Warrior fan out there, metal slimes are special. Metal slimes have a massive amount of defense. So until you get to over 130 attack power, you can only hit them for 1 or 0, and it's a 50-50 chance, and then every turn they have a chance to run from you. However, if you can hit them 3 times, they will give you 255 experience points in the randomizer. Why, game? Why am I not just sitting and grinding? I think it's because I'm bad at just sitting and grinding, but, sitting and grinding is the right thing to do a lot of the time. Werewolves are a little much for me right now because I can't actively sleep them. Things I can put to sleep are good. This encounter zone is difficult. How many herbs do I have left? 3? Let's hope I can cross the swamp, right?
Fingers crossed.
And we're gonna cross at the top here because I want to get out of the swamp. I don't want to go to Cantlin below me. There's nothing really going on there that I can't do in Garenham directly to my right. I only have 1 key. I'm not going to use up my key because I would have to go back into Garen's grave to get a fresh one, and I really don't want to do that. We're gonna just empty out our inventory a little bit here.
And if chat feels like going shopping, the Yeti is donating $5 per Frost Vitalis shirt sold to Malalafun. You can find shirts at theyeti.com.
We're just gonna take a moment here and reload on herbs because we want to explore more. Can only hold 6, but that's okay. So we need to make a little bit more money because we want to come back here in a minute with we need to come back here with at least 2 keys because we never want to run out of keys. You never want to go back to 0 once you've got keys, and we're on 1. The reason being, again, is you have to find the place that you need to go get more keys again, which is useless. Like, it's a time loss. It's kind of a time loss for me being here without a key in hand, but, you know, we take what we can get it. So, Zoe, do you have any questions so far? Anything that you've noticed or anything that you've got so far in terms of observations or thoughts on this?
Not really any questions. A couple of comments and just observations. So you play more randomizers than I do, but I play my fair share. This is the first time I've seen one where the map is completely randomized, and it's kind of melting my brain so early in the morning. But it's definitely fun to try and map this out.
I don't draw like accurate, like shore-to-shore maps. There are some runners who do that, where their maps are like legit cartography. I'm incapable of doing that.
Is there a level up with still no heal spell?
With still no heal spell, yeah.
I feel like
Next
it
level's
doesn't
15.
exist.
You're guaranteed to get every spell by level 16. So it exists. It's out there. I promise. I just haven't gotten it yet. Nothing over here.
Now, is it a case where you're gonna get heal before heal more guaranteed, or?
So these particular flags do not have that. I could get heal more before I get heal.
Okay.
Which is fine. I am not shy at this point. I will take either of them. Like, I will spam heal. That's fine. Rogue Scorpions are extremely armored, by the way. I am, again, with my near 100 strength, hitting this Rogue Scorpion for 15. Which is good. 70 experience points. It's gotta stay asleep, though. Also, once your strength gets higher than an enemy's defense, they have a chance to just break and run from you. Huh. What do you know? We found another town. This town is... This is Rimmeldar. This is actually where you go to buy keys. Normally, in the middle of the game, this is how you get your key start. Which we're actually going to go into. The trade-off is that Rimmeldar has no item shop in the NES version. In the SFC version, they added an item shop to this town as well. But we are going to grab a full stack of keys for just 53 apiece, so this will be 265 gold to reload. And now we have a full stash of keys all of a sudden, which is great. And we're going to check the weapon armor shop. If I can buy... I don't think I can buy chainmail. I think I'm under 300 gold right now. Got 290. We are going to grab this small shield. This is 5 defense, and we're going to grab a leather armor, which is 4 more. You'll notice that I've been getting hit real hard out there right now, and so I'm really tired of getting pummeled by literally everything that I should be just kind of walking up to and just holding A at with impunity, so we're going to grab a little bit of armor. 9 armor will reduce the damage we take on average from enemies by half that much, so about 4.5, so we're about expecting to take 4 damage less from things. Which doesn't seem like much until you realize that, like, if something's hitting you for 10, it's now hitting you for half that, which is kind of important. This encounter zone's a little nice, and that's not what I want. Okay, that's less nice.
Oof.
The randomizer can hear you, friends. And it knows.
It knows.
It knows. Getting all cheeky and going like, yeah, no, this is great. I'm fine. You can't hurt me.
You have a blue dragon.
Which can hurt me. A lot. Alright. So, there's 2 chests in the bottom of Grave. We're going to ignore them for now. They are pretty deep into the dungeon, and I don't really want to go that deep into the dungeon. Come on. 52.
This is where I just want to make a joke about you being a dragon warrior, so you should war the dragons, but I don't know.
Yeah, no, we will war the dragons. That is fine. Right now, though, we are just, like, at war with my desire to explore, because I really, again, need to sit down and do the right thing, which is this.
So I have a question for
Like-
anybody who happens to know your track record with rolling stuff. Who rolled this seed?
Game Boy F9, one of the heads of the Dragon Warrior randomizer community rolled this up for me. I did not roll this for myself. I know better.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure.
I mean, you know, randomizer players are very superstitious. You know, it's all an algorithm that's happening in the background on a computer someplace. But no, whoever pushes the button has power. That's how this works. So, since somebody else pushed the button, my poor play is my own fault. But the conditions to create poor play for me were created by somebody else. Alright, so we know that we can basically consistently one-shot Metal Scorps now. Part of the interesting thing is that, so, if I don't miss. Interestingly enough, so Zoe,
Mhm.
you played RPGs before, right?
Yeah, it's my favorite genre.
Cool, you played a lot of different RPGs. What's your favorite RPG?
Final Fantasy VI.
Great, Final Fantasy VI. Do you know the stats of the enemies in Final Fantasy VI offhand?
I couldn't name a single stat from a single enemy.
You could not name a single stat from a single enemy, right?
Mhm.
That's okay. Let's take any enemy in the game, right? And let's assume that you know that that enemy has 100 hit points.
Okay.
Right? So you have enemy X in Final Fantasy VI and it has 100 maximum hit points. Why do I get ambushed by Metal Scorps? I'm just dead. Cool. So if you run into one of them, how many hit points does it have?
Sorry.
Right.
I was distracted by you dying. What was that?
Ouch. So you know that this enemy has 100 hit points,
Yeah.
right? We'll call it a goblin, right?
Okay.
Goblins have 100 hit points. So if you run into a goblin, how many hit points does it have?
It has 100.
Great. You run into a different goblin, how many hit
It
points?
has
does it have?
100.
Great. You run into a third one, how many hit points does it
It
have?
has 100.
Great.
I'm
Armored
guessing it
knights in this
doesn't
game.
work like that in this game.
Armored knights in this game have 100 hit points.
Okay.
Actually, they have 99, but say it's 100.
Yeah.
It's easier that way. Right? Here's the thing. I run into my first armored knight. How many hit points does an armored knight have?
99.
Great. Second one. How many hit points does that one have?
I'm going to say 99, but my gut tells me not 99.
The answer's 87.
What?
I run into a third one. How many hit points does it have?
75?
It has 75. Enemies in Dragon Warrior, their hit point total ranges between its maximum health and 25% off of the maximum health. There's actually a downward range in health.
All
So
right.
some enemies start slightly pre-wounded, which lets you strategize a little bit more. Please give me heal magic. I am really tired of this. 14 more strength. I can grind many enemies now.
There's a lot of strength.
Come on, Game Boy. Really? Yeah, a lot of
Look,
strength. I'm hitting
outside.
these.
Yay, outside. We were missing the 2 heal spells and hurt more.
Outside is useful for one thing, interestingly, because I have Swamp South in Tantagel Castle. But here's the thing: is that when you cast outside the Swamp Cave, you always come out the north exit, which saves you the walk, which is not the worst thing. Also, my strength's at 92 already. Goodness gracious. What I need at this point is to get to Garanum, because I need to pop those chests open in the back. I need to figure out what's there. I'm hoping for Mountain Cave. You go to sleep. Why? Why does sleep not want to work? Can you please just... Magic Wyverns resisted, I think 4 to 16. They have a 1 in 4 chance of resisting that, so... I do a lot of complaining, but I'm also, you know... rolling against odds and things, so... You can see now my experience to get to the next level is 633. So getting to the next level is... It's starting to get a little bit tougher.
A little bit daunting there.
A little bit more, yeah. We're actually gonna take advantage of that outside spell, though. But yeah, while I'm traversing the world a little bit here, anything going on from the host station?
Well, rando is always gonna rando, and we are all controlled by the algorithm. But here at Games Done Quick, things are up to chat. Frost Fatales and other hotfix events shows are brought to you by viewers like you. Your subscriptions and bits help keep the channel running for these fun events, including shows like Frost Fatales, Random Number Generation, Retro Reboot, Time Capsule, Learning with Liz, and more.
I am unsurprisingly a fan of Random Number Generation. It's a good show.
It's a very good show.
Many of the randomizers I play have been actually on that, including, I think, Final Fantasy Randomizer was on there very recently, just before Frost Fatales. How do I traverse this landmass? I was able to do it earlier. There was nothing up there on my map. I swear I remember there being a bridge over here or something, but maybe I was wrong. Here's an Armor Knight. Are you ready to see me? Ooh, Armor Knights have regular breath.
Just looks like Deadsman gave someone an axe and a shield.
Yes. Okay, they are not gonna keep baby breathing me. Oh well. I don't think there's anything over there. I think that end of the world is empty. Okay. We're gonna calm ourselves down. We're gonna settle down. We're gonna go back here into Spectre Land, and I guess we're gonna... What I'd really like is just to find a zone that's like Wolf Lords, Wolf Lords, like Druid Lords. They're enemies that are kind of in the 40 to 60 experience point range. Like, they're a tier up from what I'm fighting right now, and that's kind of important. Because it'll just let me level a little bit faster. Because I'm clearly just not allowed to leave town otherwise. So I'm gonna see if I can maybe try something here. So what we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try and see if I can get north of the north of the zone that has dragons in it. Which we can. And here's a Druid Lord. And we're going to find a cave, actually, to the north of this section that we're in. And this is the Tablet Cave. This is Erdrick's Tablet Cave. And this gives you a hint in the vanilla game. It gives you Erdrick's Tablet, which is part of the plot. Here it could be one particular, it's just one item, but there's no encounters in here, and I have outside, so I'm just going to leave after I take this. Silver Harp. Silver Harp is part of our progress. It converts into the Staff of Rain when you find the Staff of Rain Shrine, which I believe has to be behind Garenum at this point. Well, it could be something else, but it could be Staff of Rain or Mountain Cave back there. We'll pick up some experience here. How am I doing herbs? I'm on 6. Okay. If I want to extend this exploration, I can.
So how does, for people that have played randomizers before, how does go mode work in this game? Like, what constitutes you being ready to finish?
Okay, so we need the Staff of Rain, the Stones of Sunlight, and the Erdrick's Token. We need to then take it to the Rainbow Drop Shrine to convert it into the Rainbow Drop. We need to locate Sharlock Castle on the map someplace, which is where the Dragon Lord lives. Having located that, we use the Rainbow Drop in front of it and it creates a bridge, and let's go in. In order to kill the Dragon Lord, you need to have some number of stats, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Along with, you definitely need Erdrick's Armor, because you know how we said Dragon Lord Breath does 72 damage?
Yeah.
Right? Dragon Lord 2 uses Dragon Lord 2 Breath, unsurprisingly, 50% of the time. So you need a way to survive that. And part of what Erdrick's Armor does is that it reduces the damage that you take from breath attacks by 33%. This Star Wyvern is going to kill me. It's going to be unfortunate. I'm going to be sad. Okay, nope. So we need that to basically be able to survive the Dragon Lord. That sea that we see here, what we're actually looking at right now here on the map, is Sharlock Castle. Since it's randomized, he's just on a moat, but there it is.
Excellent.
Okay, one more hit will get me 255 experience points if it'll die. That'll actually get me level 11. Not gonna happen, but we could hope. There we go. 255 experience points. 3,000 for level 12, by the way, so gonna actually give me a good chunk on the way. 1, 3, 9. I love not having heal at level 11.
It's wonderful, isn't it?
It's fantastic. Good news is I just rolled up 500 experience points in like a hot minute there.
Yeah. Good old metal slimes.
Yep, we don't rely on them, but when they happen, we don't dare say no.
We take those.
We absolutely take those. And speaking of which, we're gonna burn the last of these 2 herbs off because I need to get to that cave there, and I don't feel like not making it to this cave just to the side of Sharlock here.
Of the bridges to just one single tiles, it's my favorite part so far.
So those have a particular name, interestingly enough.
What are they?
They are named after, again, teammate, great runner of this game, and a good friend of mine, Sparkover. They're called Sparkover bridges. She loves them. She loves them to tears.
I feel like
There was a,
I feel like there's a spark over water joke there.
I don't know. I just know that, people in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer Discord will just leave screenshots of Sparkover bridges. I think I had 4 of them in one seed at one point, like on the same screen. This Wolf Lord is going to kill me. Nope, I'm at 1 hit point. We're living dangerously, I guess.
Yeah, shout out to Sparkover. She ran Beat Mania earlier this week.
Yeah.
So did the showcase for that. Sparko is a good friend.
Yeah. All right, we know where Mountain Cave is. That's good. There's 4 more chests I can get in there. That's great.
So speaking of the bridges, so you're saying is when I finally get around to rolling my first seed of this, I just need to take a picture of a Sparkover bridge and send it to her, and she'll be happy.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, a big part of, every randomizer community has a joke about validating your seed.
Mhm.
To validate a Dragon Warrior randomizer seed, what you do is you cross a Sparkover bridge, go to the tile on the other side, and search it. You will inevitably find nothing. Right? There's, it's a 120 by 120 map, and there's 1 search tile on the map. You will inevitably fail. But we're all waiting for that one moment, right? That one shining moment where somebody goes and just blind searches a Sparkover tile and finds Erdrick's armor on that tile.
That will be a blessed day indeed.
It will be the most blessed of days. That most blessed of days is not probably going to be today, because I'm actually going to go get my coordinates now, because coordinates give you a chance at armor, and I really need Erdrick's armor pretty badly at this point. Don't be a red dragon. Don't do it, game. Don't you do this to me.
No.
Alright, we need to buy a full complement of herbs, though, before we do this. Because you see there's some slanted tiles in front of that particular spot.
Yeah.
So those
don't
are...
they?
They do 15 damage per step. They're class barrier. Yeah, so we need a full complement of herbs. I may die doing this, and that's fine. I need the knowledge. Alright.
Is there any way to mitigate that damage?
Yeah, Erdrick's armor.
Oh, so the thing we're looking for.
The thing we're looking for actually mitigates the damage from those tiles completely. Erdrick's armor also gives you 36 defense, and also lets you heal for 1 HP per step you take. It is okay.
I think you put the wrong consonant after O.
It is so important. So 15, 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. I cannot take another step without dying. Let us wish the warrior well. May the light be thy strength. Thou must go and fight. There is no search tile.
All right.
That's a twist. That was not what I was expecting to find there. So there is no world search tile.
Okay.
So knowing where caves are is actually way more important now all of a sudden, because without a world search tile, like 2 chests in the bottom of Garen's grave matter a lot more all of a sudden, because, well...
So is that something that's just a preset chance to happen, or is that part of the...
Yep.
Okay.
It's part of the randomizer. There's a chance that the search tiles don't exist. Which is interesting. That's not what I was hoping for. But I have that knowledge now. Like, I have the knowledge that Cantlin is off the table, which is fine. I also know that the Staff of Rain Cave is behind Garanum, so I can do that too. Since I have multiple keys, I can actually just quickly dash up this way. Poltergeist are only 15 experience, but I will one-shot them, so it's fine. Do 6 gold. Okay. But we're gonna pop in here real quick. We're gonna see what these 3 treasure chests hold. Erdrick's armor puts me in go mode, by the way. And there's a different interesting item there. That is the death necklace. The death necklace in the vanilla game does nothing but sell for a lot of money. Which is great and all, don't get me wrong. But in the randomizer, what it does is it lets you take 25% of your maximum HP away to instead get 10 additional attack power, and sometimes you need that to finish a seed. So sometimes your strength is just a little too low and your hit points are through the roof. I have 3 keys left, right? We're gonna do something interesting here. We're gonna grab the half plate here. We're gonna use up 1 more key here. And we're gonna grab 2 more gold chests here. The death necklace will be a small amount of gold as well now. It should be about 100 gold. Yeah. And we're gonna go back to Cantlin and we're gonna grab a large shield. And that'll be it for armor shopping at this point. So the interesting thing is I can go get the rainbow drop now.
I noticed that.
I have all the parts. I should actually mark that down when I have all the parts. So I could go do the rainbow drop now. I just think I could buy a large shield here, right? Nope. Maybe I'll go through the key lock door and check that shop. I usually scribble down where I come grab a large shield. I didn't do it because I knew I could get a silver shield if I had a gold grind, but I don't. So oops. You're not helping me any. I just don't want to run out of keys, so I'm just gonna grab 3 real quick here. So my priorities right now are going back to Mountain Cave and grabbing those 4 chests, or going into Garen's Grave and grabbing those 2 chests. There's the large shield, that's what I wanted. Nope. Cool. So we have enough gear for now. Alright. So there's 2 chests down here. This is a hike. But the encounter table here seemed pretty favorable. So I don't mind doing the walk here. Hey, Demon Knight draws near. The Demon Knight.
Oh,
What's that?
I was like, why is
It's a-
this Demon Knight completely invisible?
It's the skeleton sprite, but if you see it on the overworld, it's a dark out. It's just darked out. Like it doesn't actually. There's no actual sprite work. It's just all black pixels.
Oh, okay, so it's like a silhouette.
Yeah.
So against the black background, it looks invisible. Okay,
It's invisible. Yeah.
gotcha.
So one of the funny idiosyncrasies of Dragon Warrior. So we're gonna go grab chest 4. We're gonna run through like enemies that I can kill fairly quickly. We're going to kill fairly quickly here. Demon Knights are good experience in it. They dodge a lot. Their defense is built on agility and dodging, or on their dodge rate, not their true defense. So we can kill them pretty. Oh, come on, game. Can you not do this to me today? I was talking about how good this encounter table was and how happy I was to see this, and I am not going to run at 1 hit point. You can see though I'm at least taking like 15 less damage from these now.
Yeah.
So that's great. So we're gonna make a quick pit stop now. Lest I forget. are gonna pop over here. And we're gonna get the most important line in Randomizer here. This is the Rainbow Drop Cave. So, and now the sun and rain shall meet, and the Rainbow Drop passes to thy keeping. There's only one other interesting thing about the new patch for Dragon Warrior. So Erdrick's armor used to be guaranteed to be in one of the 3 search spots, which is the Town of Coal, the Town of Hawk's Nest, or the Overworld search spot. This particular randomizer patch has changed that a little bit.
How so?
Erdrick's armor can be in Charlotte Castle. There are 7 treasure chests down there.
Oh dear.
I'm not going down there without heal more, obviously. Like, you need the ability to patch up your wounds down that way. But in theory... I might need to go get the armor from down there. I'm hoping I don't. Have I run from a red dragon tonight?
I do not think
Like-
so.
Like, ever since that first one? Like literally just... 51, 49... only 49 agility. No wonder I'm 2 to 1 against to run from red dragons at this point, so I shouldn't even try. Just take the hit, call it a day, go back home, stretch out on the couch. I'm gonna very quickly just get to 3,000 experience here because, heck,
Might as well.
might as well. Don't hurt. Don't hurt none. All right, here's nope. There's my level. My next level ran away.
Oh no. When will your next level come back from the war?
Gold then are only worth 6 experience points. They're worth 255 gold, but they're worth 6 experience points. If I have heal more, I could fight these now.
Unfortunately, that first part of the equation is not true.
Nope. Can I 3-shot a Star Wyvern now? Doing around 20 damage a swing, I should be able to. Alright, everybody. Please. Please let me have a heal spell. So,
That was a no, I take it.
I count Game Boy F9, who rolled this seed and helps run the Dragon Warrior community, as a good friend of mine.
For now.
A good friend of mine within the community, and generally a stand-up guy. But boy, am I gonna yell at him tomorrow.
So you said you're guaranteed to get all the spells by 16.
By
Does that
level
include 16?
Yes,
Okay, so I'm expecting to see heal more on 16 at this rate.
I am too. I also don't have hurt more yet, which would be nice for just trying to speed up the grind a lot, because it does immense amounts of damage to enemies. Puts a lot of different enemies, including like armored knights, in range. But this is a little tough right now. Like, these are the kind of seeds that try runners' patience, which is good. It's a good challenge. We are about 1,000 experience away. We need 4125 for our next level.
So much is up to RNG right now, but one thing that we don't want to leave up to chance is young women's opportunities to succeed. We are raising money for Malala Fund, and Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. More than 130 million girls out of school today, they're breaking down barriers that hold girls back through investing in local education activists, advocating to hold leaders accountable, and amplifying girls' voices. So, if you have the funds to do so, please consider donating.
All right, so the big thing is if I keep running these enemies that are worth like 40 to 50 experience points, I can just one-shot them. Oh, look, an excellent move. A critical strike on that metal slime, dealing 85 damage.
That's a bit overkill, don't you think?
255 experience points. We are not complaining about overkill. We're not talking about overkill. We're not grousing about overkill.
Okay, fair.
You know what? We take those. I have one herb left. Right. Right. Anything that cuts down the time it's going to take for me to get to my next level, we take. Demonite's going to hit me decently hard here. 23. Not ideal. That's bad, actually, now. Alright. Again, we're going to Mountain Cave on like 38 hit points and no herbs because supplies are hard.
I believe in you.
I believe in me too.
You
The only good
sound
thing is
way more hesitant than I did.
What's that?
I said you sounded way more hesitant than I did.
Yeah, we're in a tough spot right now. Like, we are in a little deep here. I didn't get a gold grind for early silver shield. I haven't gotten healing magic. This is going to hit me for 22. I should sleep these, by the way. Stone men only have a 1 out of 16 sleep resist. I can sleep them and then run for free. I mean, like, my agility feels high enough that I shouldn't have to worry about that, but I guess I have to worry about that. This Wolf Lord is going to kill me. Nope. Only does 6 damage. Okay. Please be Erdrick's armor. I don't think I put the dragon skill on. It's 2 defense, which is, again, reducing the damage that I take from enemies by 1, basically. Which, again, Wings of the Wyvern, not an armor piece that will make my day easier. Last chest. Not going to get it, because this Rogue Scorpion is going to sleep me and kill me before I can get there. 1 step away.
No.
Randomizer good.
Rude.
Look, no one said that this game was fair. No one said that this game was fair or good or not completely mean to me right now. I need to get to a town to buy herbs. I need to get supplies. I'm still missing coal. Coal is super important because coal has a search spot in it, and I'm still missing hawks. Hawks is super important because it has a search spot in it. Like, and they're up to the upper left of the map-ish. Yay, look! Her long national nightmare is over. Ran from a red dragon.
Yay. The streak dies.
$37.59. All right. Gonna quickly reload on herbs here. We're gonna quickly pop in the inn because I need the hit points. And it's only 25 gold.
And just a reminder for the viewers, SGDQ 2020 submissions are open from March 4th through the 14th for both runners and volunteers. You'll be able to submit at gamesdonequick.com if you'd like to be involved.
Carp, it's almost that time of year again, isn't it?
Yep.
I'm already thinking about that too. Okay. We're only closing in on level 13 here.
Closing in on level heal more, please.
Level, please, game. Why do you do this to me?
Please, game. We have 4 levels left and 3 spells. Please.
Please, game. My estimate was 215. There's a reason for that. Seeds like this happen. My stats are pretty strong other than agility right now. I think my strength's still a little low too. It's only in like the mid-50s, but here we go. Getting close. Stand and fight, you coward. All right, here we go. There's 12 strength. That's fantastic. Ooh, thou hath learned a new spell. It's hurt more. Well, you know.
I mean, that makes the grind faster, I suppose.
Well, you know, if we can't heal ourselves, at least we can destroy everything before it comes to our shores and reduces our hit point total.
3 levels left, 2 spells, both of the healing spells.
64 to 72 damage cast. These Droll Magi didn't stand a chance. So we are gonna take advantage of this now, because this is gonna speed things up a little bit.
I don't know.
I can actually play.
For some reason, I'm expecting a dud 14, a heal 15, and a heal more 16.
We are gonna even hurt more. Really? 1 in 16 chance to miss game. Really? You really know how to make a girl feel bad. And then you don't die to the hurt more. It has like a 75% chance to die to that. Because, you know, I said that there's variable hit points. That one rolled high hit points. Indignant huff. See, 62, no problem. It dies. There's that variable health at work. Alright, we're a little low on MP all of a sudden.
I wonder why.
5 per cast, right?
Yep.
Yeah, getting to 56 to 25 is feeling pretty straightforward at this point. We actually have a stack of herbs this time, though, for crossing into Mountain Cave. which there's one chest there, but I guess we're going to try and get it. This is worth enough experience points that I'm actually going to do this. This is worth 95. So there's one chest left here. And then we'll go into Garen's grave and try to get the 2 chests out of there. $108 attack power. With 108 attack power, by the way, we do 2 to 4 damage to Dragon Lord 2 now.
Woo!
You need at least 100 strength to hurt Dragon Lord 2, because it has 100 defense. What ends up happening is that the damage formula for the Dragon Lord's really simple. You take your strength, you deduct 100. Half of the number is your top end damage, and a quarter of the number is your bottom end damage. And that'll come into play. Do some math.
You did say this was a math game, basically. Oh, wow. Wow. That is rude. That is so rude.
That Rogue Scorpion had it out for me. That's what I get for not buying a full stash of herbs. That's on me.
Wow. Well, that puts you in go mode, yeah?
That does put me in go mode. I do need heal more technically to finish, but I need nothing else at this point, other than stats. I don't really have a place to grind levels at this point, other than, I guess, the first floor of Charlotte Castle is usually a good option. I'm really looking for, like, Axe Knights and Green Dragons. There's a chance that that's up there. I could also go into Swamp Cave. Swamp Cave has a forced encounter tile. Which I think is going to be the play here. You know what? That's the play. We're going to try that first. We can walk back here. It's fine. I didn't grab a set of wings, did I? I have a set of wings. Cool. So, we're going to check and see what's behind the castle. We know it's Swamp Cave, right? Like, we know what this is. That's fine. I don't need any more keys at this point. 2 will be plenty. I will need more herbs later. You still want 6 herbs to dive Charlotte Castle, because when we do the Charlotte Castle preparation, the things we want to have enough stats to finish. Right? Basically, that means that we figure out how many attacks it's going to take to kill the Dragon Lord. Right? The Dragon Lord has a random amount of health between 150 and 165, so if you're playing conservatively, you always use 165 for the Dragon Lord's health total.
Okay.
And then you figure out how much damage you do to the Dragon Lord. Right? At 110, let's say I have 120 attack power. I will do 5 to 10 damage to the Dragon Lord. 7.5 on average. 165 divided by 7. You know, do the math in your head really quickly, it's like 23. So you need 23, you have 23 attacks to get, which means you need about 21 heal mores. Every heal more is 8 MP, so you need to have 168 MP to finish the game.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what we'll be figuring out as we go along. I have enough defense to fight blue dragons at
So
least.
basically, you're looking, when you're grinding for the stats for your end game, you need heal more, and you're looking to find that balance between your strength and your MP, where you have a winning combination. Gotcha.
So blue dragons are not optimal without heal more here. I'm gonna die. Because they resist hurt more 7 out of 16 times, so that's not ideal. If I have heal more, it's fine. I can just grind for free off of that. I need to get 2 kills off of that tile to get a level. Yeah. The number of specters I have killed this seed is impressive. This is like literally the worst level 14 seed I've ever had, it feels like, if I get heal more here. The hilarious part is having not found Hawk's Nest or Coal and finishing the seed. Hawk's Nest is the other forced encounter tile on the overworld. Also, I don't take any damage from the swamp. You can see I'm just sort of wandering over it without thinking. Why must you run Metal Slime? You're worth all the experience in the world to me.
I mean, quite literally.
Like, quite literally, that is enough to get me level 14 right off. The only nice thing is I heal per step now, so, like, being out on the world and trying to just gain experience out on the world is not a bad idea anymore. This will get me close. Actually, this should get me there if I don't deal with another dodge from this blue dragon. Good 31 there. 9 power, 1 speed, 2 hit points. What in the world is this seed?
Was this a no spell level?
This is a no spell level at 14.
So we have 2 levels left with 2 spells, and they're both our heals.
I mean, they could both be at 16.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
There's nothing stopping them from just being at 16.
Yikes.
It is funny. In terms of things which speed up seeds, it is not necessarily hurt more that is number 1 for a lot of runners. It is healing magic. And for me in particular, it is healing magic. Although getting to abuse sleep a fair bit there was kind of nice.
This seed is being incredibly rude, but chat is being lovely as usual. Frostpitals and other hotfix events and shows are brought to you by viewers like you. Your subscriptions and bits help keep the channel running for these fun events, including shows like Frostpitals, Random Number Generation, Retro Reboot, Time Capsule, Learning with Liz, and more. So, while this seed is being a real troublemaker, chat, keep staying awesome.
Alright, with the town just north of me, I can hang out here and fight. Like, I think I hang out here and grind out here if blue dragons are in the zone, because I can always just pop into the inn and heal myself that way if I have to. Oh, Armor Knight. Take two small breaths, but we'll get the kill here with this swing. We're poking around a little bit here just in case of finding, just in case if I run into Hawk's Nest. The reason being is that if I do find Hawk's Nest, I can check the forced encounter tile and I can see if it's favorable to me. If it's Armored Knights or Axe Knights, that's favorable, because they die to hurt more. Very consistently. So right now, let's just see. How is this going right now? So right now, we need another 1,000 experience points now after this kill for level 15. If I don't get heal more, I'm gonna need to grind for about another probably about another 8 to 10 minutes. to kind of clear up the seed here. How much damage am I taking for this? 35? This is a little unsafe. The idea being is that I'm getting sort of close to where I need to be. As soon as I get heal more, we're going to stop and reassess where I stand in terms of stats, and then we'll figure out if I can finish the seed or not. Otherwise, I need to run from this. Otherwise, we are gonna, like I said, right now, a big part of this is I need to get heal more so I could just go quickly grind the forced encounter tile, because that is way faster than what I'm about to be doing. This is the slow way. We're gonna do this the slow way, because I don't get a choice. Hitting 215 maybe is hopeful still. It's still in the cards. Yep, so
Come on, Metal Slimes.
come on, friends. Just hang out here for a minute. I actually don't want metal slimes. I actually do want blue dragons. Werewolves are great too, because I can hurt more of them. So we're gonna do this real quick. And if the hurt more doesn't kill them, then the next swing absolutely will. So this is kind of where I want to be right now in terms of fighting things. If I'm at full health, I can even fight off a red dragon potentially. This is not the enemy we want to see in the zone. Where are you, blue dragons? Now that I need to fight you.
Now they're being shy.
Now they're being shy. Now they're hiding their little faces. Like, I could also grind the first floor of Sherlock, but without a town nearby, that's a bit of a hassle. I'm at full health. I can just fight this off for 255 experience, I think. A little risky, but I need... My damage rolls are high enough that I could probably 5-swing this, which is close. Alright, I definitely need to get a kill on the swing. Whew, that's a good 36. It's a good time to hit for 36, I gotta admit. Alright. $73.95. We need 105 experience points. We need 10 experience points. This is only worth 3. No. If I want to heal walk, I could just do this, by the way. It's a little bit more efficient because less encounters on me. Here we go. This metal slime's hanging around. All right, here we go.
Yay, we have heal more.
All right, quick math check right now. We have 121 hit points. We're not in Death Necklace range. We're not going to worry about that right now. We have plenty of health. You need 97 to finish safely. 83 MP means if I could take all of my spells down to the bottom, I have 10 heal mores, which means I need about 12 swings to finish. 119 attack power. We'll call it 120 for the sake of math. Again, 5 to 10, 7.5. We're not there yet. The good news is, though, is with heal more, we are going to now go and we're going to use this static encounter tile in the basement of the castle here, because we have 2 keys, right? Please don't have keys. Because we have a bunch of keys. We're going to grab a couple extra because I don't want to feel like running out. And we are going to lay down the law against these blue dragons down here and heal ourselves a couple times while we do it. we hit hard enough that we should be fine to just crush a few of them, which will be great. We need 9750 for the next level, which is 2,000 experience points roughly, which is, these are 180 apiece, so 1,800. We need 12 blue dragons to gain our next level here. And since I don't have to worry about fussing with how many steps do I need to take to get an encounter, we're just going to step right up. And we're going to get ambushed by a blue dragon. And we're going to hold A at this tile for a minute.
I take it you're walking around to get Erdrick's armor to heal you up a bit.
Yep. I should probably just be casting heal more honestly and just accept the fact that kind of accept the fact that I need to heal myself this way. Cool. There's an excellent move. Like, if I had base heal, that actually might be more useful right now, in a way. That's fine. 30. I should almost be 3-swinging these decently consistently. 30, 36. 66. Okay. So we're looking for a massive strength gain right now, is really what we want. Or a good strength and MP gain at the same time. I could also deal with a hit point gain at this point. This should kill. It. Come on, really? 26. Don't be greedy. Greed costs you time. All right. Back to it. So how are you this fine morning, Zoe?
I'm doing pretty well. I'm a little sleepy, but spending time with a good friend with the randomizer, so it's good.
I'm seeing the sunrise outside my window here. It's kind of a bit of a gray day out here, but...
It is cold where I'm at, so.
24. Can you please... Can you please stop embarrassing yourself with these noodly arms of yours? The arms aren't even that noodly, honestly. I don't know what I'm complaining about. One of the biggest things for people who race randomizers, and I play a fair few randomizers at a strong competitive level, it's real easy to get salty. Like, it is real easy to sort of lose your edge, to kind of make mistakes and foul things up, right? It's part of why I try to talk my way through my process when I'm playing these. It helps a lot with keeping yourself from tilting, because you know, am I doing the right thing? Why did what I just did work or not work, right? Randomizer communities are oftentimes built around sort of two sort of mindsets, right? There's sort of challenge randomizers, which are designed to sort of give you a new experience in a game that you've already played, right? And there's race randomizers. There are randomizers that are about going fast, right?
Yeah.
I play Free Enterprise. Free Enterprise is about going fast. Dragon Warrior has a big racing community. They had 64 people for their last tournament. There currently has like 40-some people in it, right? People love to race this game. Right, I play Final Fantasy Randomizer. It's another big racing randomizer. Their current event is probably going to break their record for participants once I sign up. Literally, I'm waiting for 46 so I can be number 47 because I have access to that list of people. And the whole idea is that you always want to be constantly thinking about what you're doing and why it does or does not work. Right? Why am I here grinding this particular blue dragon tile now that I have heal more? Because I know it's faster than anything else I can do because I didn't locate any other options. So I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do this because this is optimal play. This is really important that you understand that this is the correct thing that I am doing right now. It doesn't look very exciting. I could hold an entire conversation while I could do this. I can do a lot of things right now. Probably gonna have another sip of my my energy drink.
While you're doing that, got a moment for a donation?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, we have $50 from Tetra182. Good luck against the Dragon Lord, Dem. I believe in you. Donation goes to Runner's Choice.
Aw. Thank you, friend. Yeah, we are hoping for a good level 16 right now so I can get out of this seed in one piece. Interestingly enough, like, 10 hit points also matters a fair bit right now if I get a 10 hit point growth here because I can use the Death Necklace as well. So here we go. Ten, 10, 7, 8. So current status, strength 129 is 120, basically is 128 plus a little bit of a roll up, but that's still 7 to 14. We're now averaging over 10 damage. So averaging 10 damage normally would require 16 swings for a kill. Right, so 16 swings is 14 heal mores, 14 times 8 is 32 plus 80 is 112. If I put the Death Necklace on, things get real interesting, because now I have 139 strength, which is, you know, basically 138, which is 19, half of that is 9. 9 to 19 is 28 is 14 average damage. 14 would only require 12 swings to finish successfully. I can get 12 swings out of this mana. We could dive now.
Woo!
We could theoretically do this. It's horrifically unsafe. Right? Like, this is like super unsafe time. So, Zoe, there's two things I could do right now. I could grind to 12,000 experience points. Right? We're at 9750, we'd need 2250 experience points. I need to kill like 14 blue dragons right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I can sit here and I can grind one more level. And we can see if one more level will do the job. Or we could pop the Death Necklace and we could go for broke.
My gut feeling is to say play it safe.
Alright, we'll play it safe then. The defense at 76 is very low, as Ferran Burgundy is mentioning in chat. We're going to talk to you, you're going to heal my MP back up. Right? We could go for broke right now. And if I were in a race situation, like if I were actually like racing somebody, like in an actual randomizer race, right? Competitive 1v1 race, 100% of the time right now, my butt would be on the way to Sherlock. I am not kidding. Right? I'd be looking at this going, I'm an hour and 45 minutes into this seed. I have a fairly marginal but doable Dragon Lord in front of me. Let's go. Right? I will probably die on the way down. Let's go anyway. This is not wise. This is not for the faint of heart. My very good friend Silverfire, teammate, and person who taught me this randomizer, plays the Strength Agility build instead of the Strength HP build. And they are just like, yep, I am used to just diving the Dragon Lord on 92 and 93 health. I don't get a choice. Because if I don't dive on 92, the other person who's at 98 or who has 10% more health than I do, so is sitting at even 100, will beat me 100% of the time if I try to play safe. So we are not YOLOing. We are gonna play this. We're gonna play this directly here. I am basically, the other thing about this is I do consistently 3-shot dragons now, basically. Interestingly enough, if I put on the Death Necklace, you know what I could go and do right now as well if I really wanted to? one-shot metal slimes.
Hmm.
Putting on the death necklace has an adverse effect of cursing you, though, and the problem with the curse is not just that, not just that you lose the hit points, but is that if you die and you go back to Tentacle Castle, you get thrown out of the castle with 1 hit point, which is not ideal.
But I mean, you know a thing or two about cursed objects, so.
Yeah. So the hope here is that I can get basically 2 dragons per heal more. Did I really just... Yeah, I really did just. That was a 3rd swing. So 1600, huh? I apologize to everybody out there. You can't see me tilting, but I'm tilting.
Well, to keep things positive, we have a $12 donation from Call Me Corinne. Dragon Warrior Randomizer is my favorite thing to watch on Twitch, so thank you for featuring this as part of the marathon. Thank you for chipping in and supporting Malala Fund, Corinne. Call me Corinne.
Yeah, no, thank you for supporting the Dragon Warrior Randomizer community and the charity, and I'm really glad that I have the opportunity to do this today. Right. 8 more. Alright, blue dragons can still occasionally dodge attacks. I first forget about that. Also, I still occasionally roll, like, 20. But yeah, I think the biggest thing with randomizers also is that randomizers are really built around community, like, a lot. I know we talk about speedrunning as sort of this series of small, tight-knit communities, but having been at the helm in some capacity of a couple of them, and otherwise being a part of a lot of them, and having done a lot of work with a lot of different randomizer teams, like, I think that community is really important, and being a good, warm, and inclusive community really matters. I'm on 30, this is a safe swing. This time I get the 36, right? $42 is pretty close to my top end in damage. Alright. So Zoe, what have you learned today?
I have learned that it is hard to run from red dragons and armored knights. I have learned that mapping is hard. I have learned that delicately balancing your MP and strength as soon as you get heal more is just as important as getting the other items for go mode.
Cool. There's a lot that goes into playing this randomizer again. This ended up being sort of an oddball-y seed because you want to sit and grind until you get heal magic, and that was impossible.
Yeah.
So this seed sort of turned the formula back on its head a little bit in terms of how you can play a seed like this. But we're closing in on 12,000. We need a couple more dragons, 3 more. We're at 340 to go. We need 2 more. We just need this dragon to give up the experience points. I'm not even going to chance it at this point. All right, chat. I need your energy now. I need the numbers. I need the large numbers. How large are the numbers? Should we have YOLO dove? Nope, we should not have YOLO dove. Outside's gonna take me to the wrong place. I'm so excited I'm gonna go to the wrong end of the cave. Alright, so YOLO was wrong. Cool. We are in true go mode now. I do not really need to check this, but just to let you know, with 141 attack power, that's 10 to 20, it's 15 damage per swing. 15 damage per swing will drop the Dragon Lord in 11 swings guaranteed. Our defense is atrocious, but who cares?
We have more than 11 casts of heal more.
Right, we can actually burn one on the way down. We are going to go ahead and we're gonna make a quick stop over in Garanum. Game, please. Why are you doing this to me? We're gonna cast a spell that I have not yet cast this entire seed, which is Repel. Repel will remove enemies from the pool that are lower defense than yours. So we're gonna cast this, and now all the low-level enemies in these areas are just gonna ignore me here, which is fine. And I'm okay with that right now. Enemies have been paying attention to me all seed. This red dragon, though, is like, yo, and I'm like, sup? And the red dragon's like, Repel don't work. I'm like, why not?
Good conversation.
Red dragon's all like, I'm the king, and I'm just like, I'm going to kill you. I no longer respect your hegemonic rule of the world around you. Please die. And the red dragon's all like, I guess I'll give you 255 experience points.
I mean, if I have to.
If I have to. Alright. So, we're gonna buy one torch. There's a reason for that. We're gonna use a torch in Charlock. How many herbs do I have? I have 3. We better fix that. So there's 4. There's 5. Oh, I wanted 6. I can't count. God, you think I play a randomizer where you count to 10 all the time. I can't count to 6 today. But we're gonna cast Repel here before we leave town. Because we want the Repel spell to be running when we leave. We got a little bit of a hike in front of us. And we are on our way. I could also potentially pop the death necklace, but I don't need to.
Yeah, that seems like it'd be.
Yeah, it is needless at this point. It's actually I will be more consistent winning the fight at this point because of how the math works out by not popping the death necklace, because at 129 hit points, on occasion I will get 2 attacks on the Dragon Lord off 1 heal more.
Mm-hmm.
Which ends up being more consistent. I push down. You're going to notice when I get to the Dragon Lord, though, I'm going to be very careful with how I menu, because, oh boy, have I been dropping inputs on that fight. And you know what happens if you drop an input on the Dragon Lord fight?
You die?
You die. Because you're going to heal. And you don't heal, you die. But yeah, 156 into Charlock for good. 101 MP. Ow. Well, the hurt more does less damage with Erdrick's armor, thankfully, but it still stings a little bit.
If it's all right, just want to take a quick moment to remind folks, as we are winding down in the home stretch of this run, the bid wars for the next run are going to be closing before too much longer. The 3 Legend of Legaia bid wars for Gala's nickname, Noah's nickname, and Vaughn's nickname. So get your donations in on those folks.
Yo, I have no agility, friends. Running is hard. I am about 50-50 to run from. I'm about 50-50 to run from Armored Knights, and I'm about just under 40% to run from this particular encounter. which means that we are gonna burn a heal more here for safety. We still have 11.
Come on,
Not wanna
let's
see.
go.
We did not want to see red dragons down here. Once we get past this floor, we'll get into a different encounter table, so there's a chance that we will stop running into red dragons. It would be nice.
That would be very nice.
There are runners of this game who can do this without a torch. Golems are fine. That's fine too. Alright, we got a successful run from a red dragon there. I always miss that turn in this particular room. But we are going around this room. We go through these stairs. In this room, we're gonna... I almost should fight my way through this armored knight, honestly. Not quite. Oh, because they have baby breath. Yeah, this is fine. Baby breath is only going to do like 12 damage. So as long as they don't attack me, it's fine. Okay, so this armored knight just drops. That's fine. Oh, we're going to go around here. We're going to go this way, this way, this way, this way, up and around. Okay, 29, we can try to run again. We're gonna use an herb, because herbs don't use MP, and we're gonna get a little bit of extra health back here. Werewolf is a free run, more or less. This is the U-shaped room. We have 3 floors to go. Almost there.
Almost there.
I have the map to Sherlock memorized, of course, as most runners do. You do this dive enough that you figure it out, as they say. I don't need you attacking, I need you breathing. Please use baby breath. Thank you. Incredibly safe to fight those down. We're gonna use another herb just for safety. I'm gonna get a red dragon encounter in 1 step. Alright. So there's one last tile before the Dragon Lord that has an encounter on it. A wizard. Chanting Hurtmore. That's bad. We want you to melee me. There is one mini-boss tile. There's one more forced encounter tile down here. We're alive, we're good, we're fine. Fine, the Armored Knight decided to attack me 3 times and not use breath a single time. We're okay, we're gonna use 2 herbs. That would have stunk. Alright, so how many herbs do I have left? 2. I'm gonna use 1 here. And this encounter is a golem. I do not have the fairy flute, so we're gonna have to just fight this out.
Yeah, so that.
Oh no!
Oh no.
No, don't, not like this. Alright,
Oh dear.
I gotta heal here. Hurtmore's fine, Hurtmore hurts less. This needs to kill. Who put a sleep golem on that tile?
Ow.
Unbelievable. I don't know if that's my pride or just like, or what, but I got that far, and then all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, by the way, go to sleep. I'm like, what?
No!
No!
The game is telling you you specifically to actually go to sleep, Demerine.
Do not want. Note to self, get to that tile and cast Stop Spell, turn 1. There's a chance that the golem won't resist it.
So
I should load up.
while we're making our way back there, I actually had a couple questions because I'm looking at the tracker and following along just for my own benefit.
Yep.
And you mentioned the fairy flute. So what does the fairy flute, the ball of light, and Gwaelin's love mean?
So the fairy flute in particular, it has one purpose. In the vanilla game, it's because there's a tile that has a golem fight outside of the town of Cantlin. The golem, of course, as you saw, pretty buff. Hits pretty hard.
Mm-hmm.
The fairy flute assures that it will fall asleep. 100% of the time. Cannot fail.
So it's like the opposite of a poke flute.
Right.
Gotcha.
But it only works on golems. Doesn't work on anything else.
Gotcha.
But still, it's super useful on golems. Buy one more torch.
And what about the ball of light?
The ball of light is our goal item. The ball of light is what we're here for. When you defeat the Dragon Lord, you are given the ball of light, which we will hopefully see in a few minutes.
Fingers crossed.
One more dive.
And then Gwaelin's love?
And Gwaelin's love is what the item you get from rescuing the princess. It is known as the GPS or the Gwaelin positioning system. Because of course you love Gwaelin. You don't get a choice in the matter. The famed line, of course, of RPG history, of course, but thou must.
But thou must.
But thou must. If ever you attempt to tell Gwaelin no when she asks you a question, she just says, but thou must, and then basically, you say yes. But basically what happens is that the search spot is at a spot on the map, and let's say that it's 10 squares north and 10 squares east of Tintagel Castle, right?
Mhm.
So if you have Gwaelin's love, you can use it, and she will tell you where she is in relation to you.
Oh.
So you would find the search spot by, if it's 10 north and 10 east, you would find the search spot by going to the spot that she tells you is 10, that she is 10 south and 10 west of you. And of course, it works that way because she is the center of your world, because she is the Princess Gwaelin.
Of course.
Oh, that's not a red dragon, thank gosh. Woo! Yay for blue dragons! They are much more easily runnable. Alright, chat. I need all the luck at this point. We've reached that point where I just need all the luck. That first dive was pretty serendipitous. I gotta admit. But I really need this one to work out because boy oh boy, we're cutting it close here. Ow. Oh, 21. Actually got a low roll there. That's good. I don't have to burn an herb or anything here. I did buy herbs, right? Zoe, please tell me I bought herbs. I remembered, right? I'm not...
Oh, you're asking me to remember a thing. That's bad.
I need you to reassure me that I bought a stack of 6 herbs.
If I tell you that you bought a stack of 6 herbs and you didn't, are you going to be upset with me?
No.
Okay, you bought a stack of 6 herbs.
Okay, I'm gonna use one. I'm gonna have 5 left.
See, I was right. I knew it all along.
I literally just... Every encounter, it's like, please don't, please don't, please don't, please don't. Like, I'm gonna ask Game Boy after this why this seed in particular is what he gave me. I mean, I asked him to vet it on short notice with a 215 estimate, so he had some options to play with, certainly.
I'm
sure that the answer is
15-16 heal.
I'm sure that the answer that he's going to give me is, I thought you were going to go agility. And then I'm going to go, no, that's not me. That's Silverfire. Because if I had gone agility, I'd have 10% more agility right now, so I think I'd be at like 81 instead of 74. Or like 80 instead of 73. Which would be a gigantic difference in terms of getting away from things at this point. But this dive is gone. It's gone.
It's gone.
It's almost done. So we're hoping that Golem does not resist Stop Spell terribly well. The big thing is if you stick Stop Spell on something, the other thing is that its AI doesn't stop trying to cast spells.
Silly AI.
So if it hits sleep, but it's Stop Spelled, the Golem will just try to cast sleep and instead just do nothing. Okay, that Golem did. So if we can just get through this Golem, the Dragon Lord's right there. The Dragon Lord's going to be academic. The Dragon Lord should take about 5 to 6 minutes of menuing and being careful. Wow, ran from an Armor Knight. So so yeah, but we'll get to that. Time is not when I kill the Dragon Lord. It is a little bit afterwards. We run. You notice I'm running from that though. Of course, just resets the encounter. You'll see it pushes me back a tile. You cannot run from the encounter. You still have to do it. So we're gonna cast Stop Spell. Please work. Please work. Please work. Please work. Please work. It worked.
Yay!
Yay!
Take that, Sleepy Golem.
Look, cast Hurt More didn't work. Cast Sleep didn't work. Attack still work. Ouch.
Owie. We need stop attack.
All right, thou hast done well in defeating the Golem. We're through.
Woo!
We're gonna walk one step and run right into an Armored Knight. That's awful. That attack means I need to burn and heal more. Because I cannot afford to get meleeed again. I will die. Here's another melee. Ow. That would have killed me. All right. So, we're gonna use an herb here. We're gonna use one more herb here. We're gonna go to full health. So anybody who's ever fought the Dragon Lord, we got a little speech. Welcome, I am the Dragon Lord, King of Kings. I have been waiting long for one such as thee. I give thee now a chance to share this world and to rule half of it if thou wilt stand beside me. What sayest thou? Will the great warrior stand with me? You say no, and he goes, thou art a fool. And a Dragon Lord draws near, so you punch him. Dragon Lord punches you back, so you punch him again. Cool, we did it! Fight's over! Not really.
But wait.
But wait, there's more. So we're going to do a little bit of quick counting here. We're going to hope to gods that we get through this alive. So there's 12. Dragon Lord can melee me for up to 50, by the way. There's 23. $39. 57. 77. This is a kill if I don't miss menu now. I can stop counting. But if you want to keep count, Zoe, that'd be helpful.
Yeah, I'm doing my best.
88. But we're trying to just be very methodical right now, because that's important. $98. $115. We're not risking it. $130, $129. $147. That was a real low roll.
Good set worst.
Yep. I could theoretically fight here and probably get the kill. We're not risking it.
No.
This should be lethal here.
Yeah. By my count, there's
There we go.
at most 7 hit points left. So.
Yep. Now has found the ball of light. Radiant streams forth as I hand. Yes, and yes, yes. Cool. Great, great, great. But we're not done. We're gonna cast return. We gotta go home.
Ball of light. Ball of light.
Yep. We walk into town. We walk in. Get a little talk from the king. And time is when it says and thus on the screen. If ever I would rule a country, it be a land that I myself find, and thus that is time. The tale comes to an end unless the dragons return again, and they always do.
213.22.
This randomized. Made it. Underestimate.
Made it just under.
Hey! For a seed that was... This is about as rough as a seed will get a lot of the time, and I'm glad I didn't need to go any further than I did. I finished that seed like 15 minutes earlier if that silly rogue scorpion doesn't just crush my dream right in front of Urdra's armor.
Or the sleepy golem.
Or the sleepy golem, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me on comms and finally sitting down and teaching me a randomizer on apparently the big stage. So
Yeah, no, I'm glad. This is the second time I've gotten to do a stream, which is ostensibly a teaching tier stream of a randomizer, and sort of talking my way through my mentality on it. I did it for Final Fantasy for Frame Fatales 2, and so I just did it for Dragon Warrior. So another community that I love who have sort of taken me in, even though this wasn't my primary game, and I'm very grateful for all of them, except for Game Boy F9, who he knows what he did. But I mean, thank you again to the Frame Fatales. Thank you for letting me run this here and showcase one of my favorite randomizers. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Zoe. And of course, again, thank you all. You should hang out. More great runs coming up. Week's not over yet. Thank you again. And have a wonderful morning.
have a good morning, everybody.
Okay, chat, and we're gonna have a Twitch ad here real quick. Okay, and we have a donation here, $25 from Kingfisher Games. Haven't been watching, but I figured I'd chip in a value equal to the day on which Malala and Greta met in person. Keep up the good work. And we are going to go to a message from Malala Fund.
Finding my biggest passion in robotics and engineering completely changed my life.
This is a video series in which girls from countries around the world are sharing their stories and telling what matters to them.
Hi everyone.
أنا اسمي هدير. Hi friend, मेरा नाम आकांक्षा है.
This is Roll Call.
I've always been interested in science, particularly in medicine, since my mother is a nurse and my father is a physician. I have graduated from high school and now I like to combine my parents' medical backgrounds with my love of engineering and robotics and go to university and forge a career in biomedical engineering. I was an exchange student in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and well, I wasn't really interested in robotics at first, but some of my friends kept telling me how fun it is to join their robotics team. By the end of the school year, I was kind of obsessed with robotics. I just knew I needed to start a robotics team in my hometown in Japan, and here I am. While I found robotics really inspiring, my mother wasn't so sure because she thought it would be impossible for a girl to actually build a robot. And since no one in my family was an engineer, there would be no one who could give me any advice or help me. I used to think that they're too difficult for me to study, but it turned out that I just didn't know where I can obtain the knowledge about engineering. Japan Institute of Technology is the building over there. They said they can actually lend us a room and the tools and also the mentors and everything. And the best thing is they're doing this for free. Dr. Ken Tomiyama at CIT was so kind and helpful that he let us use the tools at the institute. So especially in building season, we sometimes forget to eat, so we always keep some snacks like this, and also we always keep a bet. Although my mother was not sure if I can actually do robotics, I just didn't stop trying. Finally, I was able to show her that I understand what it really takes and earn her support, which is really important to me. When I just started to recruit members for my robotics team, I thought there wouldn't be many girls, but I found that there are actually many girls who would be interested in robotics, but there are still many who do not have the option. The number of after-school robotics programs in Japan has been increasing rapidly, but they're really expensive and there are many people who cannot afford them. I am planning to hold workshops that introduce robotics and are open free for girls to join, so students can get a taste for building robots and see it as a potential career. It's just awesome to even get to see her, but it was really great to hear from Malala about how we should inspire more girls, and that was amazing.
I hope that these stories would have inspired you and that you would share it with your friends as well. And please do not forget to subscribe to our channel.
Welcome back, everyone. My name is Sam Without a Plan, and I'll be your host for the Legend of Legaia run with Rhea Skies coming up here quick. But while we're waiting on that, I just want to tell you guys a little bit about why we're here. Malala Fund is working for a world where every girl can learn and lead. With more than 130 million girls out of school today, they're breaking down barriers that hold girls back through investing in local education activists, advocating to hold leaders accountable, and amplifying girls' voices. All right, guys, we have a little bit of a bid war going on right now for Legend of Legaia. We have a couple of nicknames that you can put your money towards. Right now, we have where you can pick Gala's nickname, Noah's nickname, or Vaughn's nickname. Right now, Bosch is leading for Vaughn's nickname. Noah coming in at number 2, with Rez coming in at number 3. And those will be open for just a few more minutes. So if you've been holding on to that lunch money, now's the time to get those donations rolling. All right, we still have that bid war going on for Vaughn's nickname. We have Rezi taking the lead at number 1, Noah coming in second, and Bosch coming in third.